Hello, and welcome to Reinfrastructure. I'm your host, Ryan Landsberg, and today we will be talking about Los Angeles International Airport's $14 billion expansion and redevelopment. And if you think it's going to be filmed in New York, you'd be pretty wrong, because it's actually filmed here in Los Angeles. However, most of this video isn't going to be filmed in the glorious Venice Beach. Most of it's going to be done in Terminal 6. Nearly $120 million is being used for the curbside appeal and roadway improvement project. It will replace a lot of the lights along the World Way with LEDs and add silver heat-repelling canopies to the terminal entryways. One final and great part to this part of the project is that they will be repaving and smoothing the road significantly, maybe speeding up traffic a little bit, which would be good because there's always a lot of traffic on World Way. Everyone's had a bag lost when they're on a flight. I mean, if you haven't, then consider yourself lucky, because it's always a terrible experience and it's just really awful. And if you really enjoy not losing your bag, then you'll be happy to hear that $613 million are being invested in LAX's baggage handling infrastructure. They will speed up baggage screening, and they will have automated baggage sorting, so it's less likely that lost luggage will be on your mind. Around Terminals 3 and 4, which, well, I can't see from Terminal 6 because it's all the way across the other side of the airport, the streetlights have been updated and connections have been built to allow for the area outside of security, the unsecure area, to be accessible from anywhere within the airport, which will be cool. And also, it will have a big stop for the tram, which I will be talking about in a few minutes. And they have been adding a lot for new stores, new retail, better seats, and security checkpoints, safer, and all electric bus fleets, all electric. Terminals 7 and 8, which, well, 7's out there, I don't know if you can see it right over here. Yeah, they're undergoing a large renovation as well. They will remake all the public areas and new dining options, which, not saying that Hudson News doesn't have bad stuff, but more options doesn't hurt. And they'll also have self-check-in kiosks and consolidated security lanes with 12 lanes each. Last month for me, which is November 2018, which will probably be about 4 months ago when this thing goes live, the City Council of LA approved the construction of a $2 billion consolidated rental car facility. It will be made by 11 different companies under the name of Los Angeles Gateway Partners. It will have 5.3 million square feet with 20,000 parking spots to make sure that they never run out of rental cars able to be rented. The facility will have all the known rental car companies like Avis, Budget, Hertz, and Enterprise, but it will also have space for some of those smaller, more fledgling companies which are trying to make it big in the niche business. It will be completed by about 2023, let's say. That's what they're saying, and it'll be right off the 405 highway, which will be nice because it's close to there, and it'll be right on the tram, which still talking about in a bit. And the intermodal transportation facility is also being built. That will add bus stops for the electric bus fleet and many connections to the greater Los Angeles area. First, I want to just say that I think this is pretty weird that, I don't know, some of the gates at this terminal are actually up another escalator, a short one, but I think that segues nicely into this next section, though. one objectively positive thing that's coming out of this is a few $1,000,000 to comply with the Americans with Disabilities Act. It's adding more ramps and better signs and better parking spots for disabled people. And this is just a great thing, because I don't see what anyone would have to say negative about it, and it's helping more people out who need to get around. And along with this, $250 million have gone to fixing and repairing and building anew 200 elevators, 200 escalators, and over 60 walkways, over 60 of the motorized walkways, which, if they're around here, I certainly would show you, but because I love to just ride them, but, well, they're not. But if they were, you better be certain that I'd be on one. Anyway, most of the products, they say, will be recycled, and one benefit, I don't know how this is going to work, but they said it will happen anyway, is that they're going to reduce the dust in the terminal. So if you think you know how that works, comment below and explain it, but I don't really get it. But maybe because it takes some of what would have been there out of the air. But anyway, yes, there'll be over a mile of new passages for elevators and escalators each, with over 2,000 feet of moving walkway space. I love the moving walkways, what can I say? Added to this is a $1.6 billion new, totally brand new, nothing, well, currently there's an old abandoned hangar for planes to be fixed, but it's not really used anymore by American Airlines. Will be a $1.6 billion new satellite terminal. It will be connected by tunnel to the Tom Bradley International Terminal. And the concourse is going to have 750,000 square feet and a dozen new gates for planes. That's a lot more international travel. Many of these will be for wide-body planes, such as Airbus A380s and Boeing 747s, which are the big jumbo jets that you can see sometimes at the big airports. And new taxi lanes to reduce plane congestion and traffic are being constructed, so that means less waiting on the runways to be your plane to be put in the air. And these will be given an LEED silver rating, which is good for the environment. And the water is going to be used more efficiently, cutting down consumption by 30%. That's a lot of percent. And the roof is specially designed to absorb as little heat as possible in order to reflect it back into the sky and cool down the building within. With the terminal of 2,000 feet of moving walkways, that's called passive cooling, but it's going to have 2,000 feet of moving walkways, and within the terminal are going to have the slightly comfortable chairs, not any more of those uncomfortable ones, slightly comfortable, and it's going to be huge with a lot of new shopping and very state-of-the-art bathrooms. That's an important one. A very significant part of this project is being built using recycled materials, and Phase 2, which comes in the mid-2020s, is going to add 7 new gates to this new terminal. In 2023, a 2.25-mile PeopleMover automated will bring passengers from the parking lots, regional rail stations, new rental car facility, and the intermodal transportation facility to the terminals. This 9-train system will have 6 stops over the course of a 10-minute ride with a max speed of 47 miles per hour. The PeopleMover is going to be free and have approximately 30 million people every year ride it. Half of it will be solar-powered, free energy, and it will be considered LEED gold for the environment. Terminal 1 is finishing up a $509 million upgrade that is adding much better security and has not seen a major refit in over 30 years when it opened. This, along with more efficient ticketing and baggage claims and check booths, kiosks, and all that, will shorten wait times for the millions of passengers every year pass through this terminal. The food court in the terminal is nearly tripled in size with a new Chick-fil-A, which I love their food. Great chicken sandwiches. Anyway, also the baggage carousels, new ones, 2 of them, will be built between terminals 1 and 2, called terminal 1.5. And with this, we'll see some extra logistical work. Sorry, I almost dropped my phone there. Okay, well, on to the next one. The name of the new game is Usability, Renewability, and Environmental Friendliness, and oh boy, is LAX fulfilling this vision. Energy-efficient terminals, water-saving bathrooms, and many recycled materials. Los Angeles is going all in on this one. The airport's going to have a lot of natural lighting, removing the need for lots of artificial lighting, like all that. That's all natural, all this right now. There are only a few lights on in this terminal that I'm speaking in. It's going to be using 0 tax dollars, so it's up to you where you think the other ones are going, but this is using none of them. It's all coming from airport revenue and airlines who want to upgrade the airport. Being in Los Angeles, the airport's going to be even more prepared and more resilient and more ready in the case, God forbid, that an earthquake does actually hit, which I'm praying does not happen, because it'd be terrible. But they'd be more ready and ready to help with all operations that would occur, because it's not unthinkable. So that is a major addition to this airport. The total gate amount after this redevelopment is set to rise by about 2 dozen from the 128 already, and look at that guy's hat. That's a cool one. Anyway, the airport already sees about 70 million passengers, give or take, making it the 6th busiest in the world. And after this upgrade, it'll be ready for many millions more, especially for those Olympics when they come. And I believe that's the video today. Thank you for going on this tour with me of Terminal 6. Oh no. So if you click up here, that should be where you can find more videos, I think. Up here, one of them, it'll pop up. Always get that wrong. But anyway, that's been the video, and I'll see you next time on Reinfrastructure.